This is Owen Lahan of Mary Immaculate College, and I'm here tonight interviewing Mr. Noel O'Neill, a former Ranks employee, and we're going to be discussing his employment in Ranks. So I suppose the first question is how did you get a job in Ranks, and how did you get
Well, my father worked there, and kind of what Ranks was that kind of a job, you know, a family job.
Was really. Family, yeah, okay.
So when World War II was over, I got a job there in the Provender Mill, which had been closed down during the war because shortage of maize and things like that, you know. So that's when I started.
Okay, and what exactly was your job within Ranks?
Well, from the start to the finish, there were various jobs. When the job opened up, there was few what you call men, and then there was boys. We were the boys, and we went in stitching. I went in as a stitcher. There were 6 of us jobs on it, and then if you weren't stitching, we were sweeping floors. So you could be asked to do anything, like, you know. But there was boys' work and men's work, but we were boys. So at that time, we didn't have to do any banking or anything like that, you know, until we were promoted to men's jobs.
Was there, I suppose, you saying there were men and boys' jobs, were there women in the Ranks as well? Or?
I didn't work with any women, not in the Provender. There was women in the sack store.
Okay. Were men and women segregated within the mill, or was it just that women?
There wasn't any women working in the Provender Mill.
Okay.
And the flour mill, of course, there wasn't any women working there, but in the sack store there was women, and later on they started packing small flour, packets of flour, kilograms and that. And that's what the girls came into then, up in the warehouse, but I had nothing got to do with it.
Okay. Was there much socialising between the men and the women, say, after work?
I wouldn't know, I didn't work with them.
Sure, didn't you meet your wife in?
I did, I met my wife. I worked with her brother, and that's how I got to know my wife. She wasn't, so there was socialising, I suppose, to some extent, but I wouldn't say there was general socialising, like, you know, they didn't meet in groups, I think, as far as I'm aware, you know.
So there wouldn't be the situation like, say, today, where men and women of the office would go out to the pub after? That wouldn't have happened, no?
That's what I mean, I wouldn't say that happened, like, you know. I wouldn't say that happened.
I've just got a thing here. Do you have any memories of Mr. Mercer?
Oh, indeed I did, I remember him. Well, in my opinion, he was the last. He was the last superintendent, mill superintendent with authority, like, you know. Others came after him, but I think he was the boss.
Why was he so important to the? Why was he so important, and why do you think so highly of him?
Because down through the years, like, the different people that came along, and in my opinion, they didn't seem to have the same authority as Mr. Mercer had, you know.
Okay.
That's as I say.
In what kind of regard now?
Well, he was the boss. That's all I say about it. He acted the part. He was a real boss, like, and he acted the part. And otherwise, I never had any personal contact with him, like, you know, except for being interviewed to go to work there. But in my opinion, he was the boss.
Okay. What kind of pay would you be getting when you started out? I assume.
Excuse me.
When you started out, you didn't get. What was the pay like?
Oh, for a 48-hour week, with 36 shillings. That was the pay. 36 shillings, and there was a shilling stopped out that floor. Stamp, national health stamp. So it was about 35 shillings a week.
But did you get pay increases as you... Did you move up in the
yes,
company?
Eventually, then, when I got older, like, you know, and we came to be promoted to men's jobs,
Yeah.
then our pay went up then, like, but pay at the time, I suppose it was a good pay at the time to be something like, the men used to get something like maybe £3 or £4 a week, which was kind of the norm in most jobs if they had that much, like, you know. We were talking about a long time ago, talking about from 1946 up. You know.
Well, my father was telling me a story that you were able to buy a bicycle with your pay, and that was a big thing.
£5.
£5 for a bicycle.
But later on, the first bicycle I bought was £15.
£15 for a bicycle?
£15, and that was something to have, like, you know. People, you have a new bike, a new bike. £15, that's what I paid for it.
Nice. Did you have a uniform in ranks, or was it just everyday clothes? Or
every day, it was only in the latter years, few years before I told you it was, I was called overalls, you know.
Yeah.
But otherwise you wore your own clothes.
A thing I wanted to ask you, was there any, what kind of dangers were there in ranks? Because I know stories about people. I remember my grandfather telling me a story of a man dying in ranks, I think. If I remember correctly.
In any industry is dangerous, like,
yeah.
You know.
Like in particular, what?
There are a few accidents there, like, but
Would you have any
I
stories?
expect that in any.
Oh no, I'm not saying like it was dangerous, but what kind of stories were there behind that? What kind of accidents happened in ranks?
I can't say there any actually happened in the Providor mill, but I know that it happened in the Dock Store, that a man fell into a bin.
Fell into a bin?
A holding bin, you know.
Yeah.
And he was killed, and there was another young fellow went into a bin, and I think he was smothered, you know, but by and large, where I worked, there was very few accidents that you'd call accidents, like, you know.
Right. Okay, I was just wondering. Yeah, the friends and relatives in ranks. So did you make a lot of friends? And was it a family kind of? Were there a lot of families in working in ranks? Was it? Yeah.
There was really a lot of families worked in ranks. At the time, it was a good job to get.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
like, was it like? Would you be like in Limerick at the time? Would you say that if you were working in ranks, would you be proud of the fact you were working in ranks? Would you?
Oh, I would. I would.
Yeah.
I would, because eventually the wages got good and conditions got good. You see, when the Providor mill opened, like I told you early on, it had been closed for the
Second World War.
Second World War. So when it reopened, as far as I can remember, it opened with the conditions that it closed with, like, in other words, the flour mill people, they had moved on. They had got shorter working hours. Excuse me. They got shorter working hours and more pay, and we had to fight through the unions to get recognised for the same things, like, you know.
So there weren't as much workers' rights as there would be in the modern day back then, no?
Pardon?
Like workers' rights and stuff, you'd have to actually fight to get recognition for.
Oh yeah. Through the union they had to go on step by step. We got. I give you an example now. Before I was married, my father and myself could be on night work. He'd be working in the warehouse for the flour mill part, and I'd be working for the Providor part. Now we're on night work. We got to work at 10 o'clock at night until 6 in the morning. But come Saturday morning, my father was finished work, but I'd have to go back again at 2 and work till 10 to make up my 48 hours, down a shorter hours. So you can imagine how unfair that was, like, you know.
Wow.
So that's one of the funny twists in it.
Yeah. So back when Ranks was open, was it, like, Limerick was obviously a very different city. It's obviously Limerick is obviously a very different city now than it was back then.
Limerick?
Yeah.
Indeed it is.
Oh, what are your memories of old Limerick?
Limerick was a very happy city. Small, lot smaller than it is now.
Yeah.
There was no Ballinantis, there was no Moyle Ross, there was no Mary Park, no. You know, but it was a happier place to live in. There was less crime, less everything. Less money going around. So, but maybe that's what happened later on. There was too much money going around.
Maybe that was a good thing,
yeah. A lot of it didn't seem to come my way.
More's the pity, says you. More's the pity, says you.
Yeah.
So another thing is the Ranks Choir. You were involved in that in some capacity, I understand.
In later years, I've been involved in it.
What exactly was the Ranks Choir now? Obviously it was a choir, but it was the Ranks. But why was it set up? Do you know?
I don't know really. That was really set up in the flour mill, like in the flour mill section. They set up the choir. But I didn't wait till years after.
What did you do? Did you do? When were you singing? Like, were you just singing for fun, or was there an actual? Were you singing events and stuff?
Just for fun. There was a few performances in the Savoy, and I remember when I was in, it was up in St John's Pavilion.
Yeah.
No, it was a good choir, very good choir.
Were you popular in the city? Like, would people know the Ranks Choir and recognise you?
They did, yeah. Yes.
These are only outlines. I don't know. These are only vague things. So, the role of Ranks in Limerick. How important to Limerick was Ranks?
Ranks was very important.
Was it?
It wasn't just the people that worked in Ranks that made a living, made a good living out of it. Anyone that worked will tell you that. But a lot of spin-off, like, you had, for instance, we had good bodies used to supply the bags. And people then used to supply thread. There was a good spin-off of it, like, And when they started importing pollards, what you used to call the hired carmen, they used to make their living out of it. There was a good spin-off of Ranks.
Must have been a big hit to the city, so when it closed.
Oh, it was. And people go to the city and to the people that worked there. So in some cases there was 2 or 3 people of the same family lost their job, like, It was a loss to the city, all right. There's one note of questions.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for more stories.
Did you want to see a couple of photographs?
I can't actually do anything with the photographs, to be honest. Yeah. If you have the photographs around, and I could look at them.
Do you want to look at them?
Yes, please. What occasion was this that the picture was?
Sorry?
What occasion was this? For the picture
it was a presentation to that man. You see, he had a candelabra there. He was leaving. He was a corkman. He was the foreman, and tried to give him a bit of a party.
Yeah.
That was our last job. I told him what I did now.
2 lads. They good friends of yours, were they?
Oh, they're workmates. We worked for years and years together. Martin came out of the Royal Air Force after the war. He served in Italy in the war, and Jack and myself went in to work together. He's dead now. We were the last 3 to come out together. That's how that photograph was taken.
Oh, right, okay.
The old tavern, the Fort of April 1979, that was just a party, and it was a good racket. He's dead, 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 he's dead. Swipe out in it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe it, like,
I mean, did they die? Like it was just they just moved to natural death? Was it or just gradual?
All natural deaths. All natural deaths. I look at them.
Yeah.
Some of them were only 48 when they died. You know.
Yeah.
Some later on. No, that is. So, exemplary the whole mill now. That's much like the photo that I showed you. Staff of the Provenor Mill ranks picked up as a function held in the October.
Was my grandfather working in the Provender Mill with you? Was he, or where was he working?
No, that what Andy now did. Andy the hand.
Yeah.
Andy your grandfather. No, he worked in the he worked in the silos.
All right.
That's same for what the one was in different albums, you know, they're stuck in. The letters never. There's a row I had with Aer Lingus.
All right. Over what?
We were coming back from England. And then there was a strike. There was a strike in Shannon, the handlers. And there was a delay over in Manchester. So they said so many hours without a meal, you know. So they gave us a ticket, free meal, complimentary meal was on it. So I don't get it anyway. Sandwich. And I took a prawn sandwich, I'll never forget that. And the girl said, oh, excuse me, that's not on the list. I said, what? I said, we're supposed to be getting a meal, and you tell me I can't take a prawn sandwich. Oh. I said, I'm eating it. Someone's way. I said, I'm eating it. So somebody else would be put back the sandwich. I said, I'm putting it back. I said, easy. So maybe in beer, it might anyway. And then we came to Shannon, I saw my bag being thrown off of the plane. It was thrown from here nearly halfway out the garden. So I got my bag to damage. So I looked for no bag off them. I got it. So I don't know what else there. There's all sorts of freaking things in there. Remember one day, that's an Navy way. Wouldn't anyone there know, would you?
Maybe.
Had them all before you finished.
Are these members of today?
The Slow Marie.
Slow Marie.
They're all Limerick men now, except them and a few corporals they came up with it, and that was held over.
What was their connection to the ranks?
What
was that?
No, that's not.
No,
that's just a photo of the set to come up.
Oh, right, okay.
So we have a rate on there.
Yeah.
So you don't want to loan a doors for. There was somebody. Your father came up with photographs, and I hadn't them.
Yeah.
And then whatever has happened. I've not went since Christmas, you know, really.
Yeah.
I haven't been home very much.
Okay.
But I think anyway that is there a man wheeling in the town hall? Is there wheeling involved in this?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah,
Because he was come up for photographs, but he never came up.
I think Jackie might be coming up to have a look at the photographs. Jackie Hayes, she's involved in the archive, and I think she might come up to have a look.
And I say so, and it's what you've been told a million times. You said they'd have of your mother. I always took the old times in the choir. I should come back to us.
Why?
But things was a bit right, but she was right opposite her. I said, you're right. Stupid things like one phrase dead now, some say I told you this now. But some mother, they said, start us off on the hill. And they said, excuse me. We used to sing that like that on the rings. Imagine you saying, you have the crazy old and so. And she said, excuse me. No, your mother's first class, you know, and your man was just myself in the choir. I said, you will you stop saying that? I said, you're upset. But we don't sing it that way. But it never occurred to him that there's different arrangements to hymns, which was getting natural. That was his favourite one. Excuse me, you can sing. I'm sure she could have more than drinks for you. Look at old times, so. You know.
Did the whole ranks choir go to the Franciscans when?
No, they didn't. The couple went there. How we went there at all was we were singing for ranks mass. Ranks choir was singing in the Francisco for ranks mass. We had a practice below. Excuse me. And Father Edward, after hearing it, because once we had that mess over, that was there was no more choir the next year, no more practice, no more meetings, no more anything. So Father Edward said it was a shame like that not to be singing with some choir, so he asked us to join the Franciscans. Some of us did and some didn't. So I've enough news, but I don't think I give you a whole lot to do.
No, I don't know. I think they're looking for a bit more. I don't know how to go with it really. Do you have any stories about just like any weird, unusual stories about ranks, or even just Limerick or anything about?
Not really. Work was very hard, I can tell you that.
What did you do apart from work? I mean, like when you weren't working, I mean, was there anything to do in Limerick, or what was there to do socially?
What the slough? Well, the slough was only 1 night a week, thing like, you know. And they're still there now. They're known as the reserve now. But work was very hard there. And is that on?
It is, yeah. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Can edit it.
Yeah.
But we went in there now. On shift work, you get 20 minutes to make your tea. Now you have to make your own tea. And you could go to the top of the warehouse. You have to go down to the kettle. No canteen at that time. Kettle holds some smoky water, so you could be it. Now you have to wait for the kettle to boil again. And you were there, come back up, and then you were in trouble.
Then. What would happen to you if you were late or anything?
Well, you could have said it off.
Yeah.
It's been too long. No, so then the floormen and got a canteen of their own, and we were allowed to use it. We just go and make the tea. There was always boiling water there. So then eventually we got our own canteen, and we had no problems at all with that because there was always enough water there for you, like, you know. You can imagine, like, start up after the war, and I suppose no one was really sure, like.
Was there an atmosphere of like uncertainty or like in the city?
Not uncertainty, but that was one of the bugbears. You got 20 minutes to make your tea, but you could be. You could, as I said, the warehouse, you had storage, you could be working up and nothing else come down and make your tea and be back up in 20 minutes, and as it, like I said, it's in one morning. There's a guy, and we were all waiting for the kettle to boil. We knew there was 7 pints, so it was about 9 hours waiting. So this, excuse me, took off the coat, got an egg here boiling. Look, just raw tea. So there's little things like that happen nowadays. But it was a good job. Hard work. Good job. No getting away from it. If you were willing to work. But I should use half the town with the work there. And the wheat season, you're not familiar with the wheat season.
I'm not, no.
You're not. But the wheat season, an awful lot of people be jobs. That's why I went by the spin-off while ago, and all the harvest and that. But there's good money with it, all right. The dock stores, to be a lot of extra hands job for the dock stores, and they might get 3 months work out of it, like that. Which was a lot in Limerick. Just like now, there's no jobs worthwhile there now, and if fellas could get 3 months, they'd be happy, you know. So that's what I can tell them.
Was there? Just another thing. Was ranks was a big thing in Limerick, a huge place of employment. Were there any others around, like the city? Were there any other as big as ranks, say in Limerick, or was ranks?
I'd say ranks were one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Of course, you had the sawmills, and the shoe factory was a good job.
Yeah.
But the other places in Limerick that closed down, just disappeared already. Or there was Spades now and McMahon's. They were there. They were good employers as well. Another hard job to them, but that was the time.
Yeah. No easy money.
The work that we did in our time, you wouldn't do it now.
No, I suppose not. Yeah.
You wouldn't do it now. I'll give you a small example of my memory now. This just came to me, you asked me. When the Provincial Mill opened after the emergency, there were no lorries in ranks, only horses.
Yeah.
My recollection is a horse was allowed to take 10 loads a day.
Okay.
2 ton each load, that was 20 tons. That was a day's work for a horse. A man bagged 30 tons. So, you can figure it out for yourself.
So the horse got better treatment than...
I think it was... I wouldn't say he got better treatment, but when you think about it, like 30 tons is not what you take on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah.
And you had to pile them up. I think it was 7 or 8 you had to pile. The last 2 you'd have to climb up steps. I tell you, we're very fit after it.
Say so, yeah.
You wouldn't get many guys to do it today.
No, you wouldn't.
Well, knock it off a minute. Knock it off a minute. Okay. That's about all I have to tell you now.
Oh, that's not at all.
But that was some days work, wasn't it?
Yeah. Were there any ever employees complaining about the conditions or anything like that? Or?
No, it's not what the conditions you went into.
There was never any complaining about it. It was being too tough or anything like that. No.
If you take a job, you go in under the conditions that's there for you.
That's not the kind of operation that's around today, though, is it? Really, it wouldn't be. There's always people complaining about their jobs nowadays, isn't there? Really?
Well, that had been the system for years. You went down, you looked for a job, and you got it, and you were glad to get it, and you just comply with the rules. As changes come in later,
Yeah.
So, is it far to go back for that?
I'll give him a text when I'm done. But I've still got a couple of questions to ask you, to be honest. Kind of the sense of camaraderie in the group, there
was.
Yeah.
Right to a great job like that. I should have like that, the choir, the soccer team. Just have sports days now.
Yeah.
And sports days was fantastic. There were a lot of good athletes there.
What did you do in sports days? You just...
You'd have athletics now, which are half mile or quarter mile and obstacle courses, obstacle races, hurdle matches. That a good lot of things.
Did you ever win anything, did you?
Never a time. It's awful work. No, I never went into those sports were organised by the flow, so we didn't partake much in it,
Right.
Then later years we did. That was a good job. So now that's all I can tell you.
Okay, well, we'll leave it there, so.